Good afternoon, Barrington Middle School Learning Community. This is Andrew Anderson, and this is this week's Barrington Middle School Connected Learning Newsletter. So let's get right into it. So, upcoming events. On Monday, May 7th, 2018, today, we had our BMS groundbreaking ceremony from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. It was an amazing event, and I'll be providing a little bit more details in just a few moments. Friday, May 11th, 2018, we will have our sports night from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the school gymnasium. Wednesday, May 16th, 2018, there will be an anxiety presentation for parents from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Barrington High School Auditorium. And Thursday, May 24th, 2018, we'll have our annual One Amazing Night celebration, a celebration of all things BMS from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the front circle of Barrington Middle School, the front of the building in Barrington Middle School. And Thursday, May 31st, 2018, through Saturday, June 2nd, our eighth graders will be traveling to Washington, D.C. On Thursday, June 14th, our eighth graders will be participating in the bridge ceremony. And that'll be from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Barrington High School Gymnasium. And each student will receive 2 tickets to give to their families to attend that special event. And following the event, we'll have an eighth grade dinner dance for Barrington Middle School students only from 7 to 9:30 p.m. Hot off the press, this year's theme is going to be a Hawaiian tropical celebration. Note from Dr. Anderson. This week, the week of May 6, 2018, Barrington Middle School will be celebrating Teacher Appreciation Week. Mrs. Bulk and I are so appreciative of each and every one of our faculty staff. We feel fortunate to work with such an amazing faculty staff who are incredibly talented, professional, and caring. We, our students, parents, faculty, staff, and administrators, all equally play unique and pivotal roles in making BMS such an amazing learning community. However, it is because what our teachers do on a daily basis with your children that really brings all those pieces together. This week, please help Mrs. Bulk and I celebrate our amazing teachers. BMS Spotlight on Learning. This week, we'd like to shine our BMS spotlight on the entire BMS learning community. Last week, T74, the 74 Million, which is a national organization, published an article that featured Barrington Middle School. So early in the year, T74 learned of Rhode Island's personalized learning initiative and wanted to feature it on one of their major stories. The article focused its attention on deeper learning at Barrington Middle School. Please see a copy of the article linked here. Great work, BMS. BMS news you can use. So we have our BMS building update. So each week I have an opportunity to tour the site, and I'm able to provide our community with an update of what to expect this week with regards to the building project. So please visit those sites when you have those links when you have a chance. The BMS building groundbreaking ceremony. So this morning we had our groundbreaking ceremony on Monday, May 7th from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Plans for the groundbreaking ceremony have been fluid and evolving. Due to logistics, some safety and security, we felt it was best to move the ceremony inside. So due to the change in venue, our sixth graders had an opportunity to participate in the speaking component of the groundbreaking ceremony. We are very excited about is that all 775 BMS students will have an opportunity in the very near future to participate in the topping off ceremony. So all students and faculty staff will have an opportunity to sign a celebratory beam, and that beam will be forever part of our new middle school. Please stay tuned for more information regarding this unique opportunity for all students. Here is a great picture of the groundbreaking ceremony. So from left to right, we have Mr. Mark Bancuso, who's representing special education. Mrs. Melissa Bento, who's representing ELA. Miss Becky Ferry, who is representing science. Miss Dusty Ryan, who is representing social studies. Mr. Fred Costa in the middle with the hard hat on is representing our staff. Miss Emery Gower, who's representing allied arts. Mr. Jeff Blanchett, who is representing math. And then at the end is Mrs. Bulk and myself. BMS Cluster Experience and Program Preference Form. So last week I emailed our BMS Cluster Experience and Program Preference Form to our families. So we asked that families complete the form by Monday, May 21st, as we'll be using this information information you provide to begin the scheduling process for the next school year. Please know that we understand the excitement that can build around this cluster assignment process. For a middle school student, we understand that the cluster assignments can be a big deal and should be a big deal. Throughout the summer months, we work hard to ensure each cluster is balanced by gender, by needs, and by abilities. So we do take into consideration cluster experience preferences from families, but due to the above mentioned considerations, not all preferences will and can be fulfilled. So note, there's typically only 60% of our preferences are filled. Once a child is assigned to a cluster, there will be no changes made to cluster assignments. Barrington Police Department anonymous tip line. So Barrington Police has established an anonymous tip line. The number is 401 437 3933. Again, 401 437 3933. Chief Lacrosse welcomes students, parents, and community members to use the line if they would like to remain anonymous and have something to report. Very exciting news. We have a BMS robotics boot camp coming up. Our Barrington High School robotics team will be running a 4-week BMS robotics boot camp for our BMS students. This will be a unique opportunity to get our BMS students reacquainted with competitive robotics. Although we do have some Barrington High School parent volunteers, we would love to have some BMS parent volunteers as well to help monitor the sessions. In addition, it's important to note that BMS does have a BMS robotics team. However, over the past few years, we were unable to participate due to not having a coach. So if you or anyone that you know is interested in being a BMS Robotics Bootcamp parent volunteer or be our BMS Robotics coach, please feel free to email me at andersona@barringtonschools.org. So we have information regarding our state assessment with our RICAS, our new science assessment. And here is our assessment schedule. Our students will begin the RICAS and math component of the state assessment this week, beginning tomorrow, May 8th, with our 8th graders, May 9th with our 7th graders, and next week, May 14th and 15th with our 6th graders. And on May 21st, our 8th graders will participate in the new science assessment. For this week's teachable moment, the BMS Family FAQ page, fact page. So I frequently use the expression with families or with during our orientation, and I say people don't know what they don't know, and through experience, people begin to know what they don't know. So a few years back, based on parent feedback, BMS created a BMS Family Fact page. So this document captures what people may not know about procedures that may be unique to BMS. So I encourage you to review the document, and it will give you further insight to our learning community. If you still have a question or questions, please email them to Mrs. Skadberg, and we can add it to the document. All right, so this concludes this week's Barrington Middle School Connected Learning newsletter and screencast. Thank you very much for tuning in and for listening, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.